you are officially invited to my upcoming workshop on April 28th at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's called Remember Who You Really Are. This is a free live workshop to help you reconnect, realign, and come back to yourself. Inside this workshop, you'll reconnect to who you were before the conditioning, before the hamster wheel. You'll tap into what you truly want without filtering it, feel what alignment actually feels like in your body, and begin to start trusting yourself again in a real grounded way. I'm going to drop the link in the show notes, and I can't wait to see you there. If you've been feeling this quiet pull between wanting to be seen and also wanting to retreat and get your life together, this episode is for you. You see, this is what's in the air right now. It's not random. And I want to remind you that you're not scattered, you're not behind, you're actually right in the middle of an energetic upgrade that's asking you to refine, realign, and step into a version of yourself that feels both expressed and anchored at the same time. Welcome back to Frequency Friday on the Aligned and Abundant podcast. This is your space where we take what's happening energetically through astrology, intuition, and real life and bring it down into something you can actually feel, understand, and use. This isn't about overwhelming you with information. This is about supporting you in moving through your life with more awareness, more trust, and more alignment. Right now, we are in a Waxing Gibbous Moon. This phase is all about refinement before manifestation. It's the space between setting intentions and seeing them come to life. Energetically, it asks, what needs to shift so this can fully land? We started this week in Leo energy, bold, expressive, heart-led. Then we moved into Virgo, grounded, detail-oriented, and intentional. Beginning today, we are in Leo energy, which is bold, expressive, and heart-led. Then we're going to move into Virgo, which is grounded, detail-oriented, and intentional. And by the end of the week, we're heading toward Libra, bringing in balance, harmony, and relationship awareness. So you might feel like you're moving through 3 layers all at once. Who am I becoming? That's the Leo energy. How do I support that version of me? Virgo. How does this show up in my relationship and life? That's the Libra energy. You might be noticing you want more for your life, but you're also seeing clearly what's not aligned. You're craving visibility, but also questioning if you're ready. You're feeling inspired, but also a little critical of yourself. This is the waxing gibbous energy. It can bring up perfectionism, overthinking, or the urge to fix everything at once. But underneath all of that, there's actually a deep desire to get it right. Not from pressure, but from alignment, from listening to your inner knowing. Let me get out of the way. This is your intuition saying, let's clean this up so it can actually hold what you're calling in. You see, you cannot hold what you're not ready. You see, you cannot call in, let alone hold what's waiting for you if you're not energetically ready. And that ties back again to my episode from last. And that goes back to my episode from this past Tuesday. Again, you have to make the space energetically to be able to bring in the new and to hold it in. I was literally just going through my inbox and unsubscribing from things that no longer feel in alignment to me. And I'm talking about simple things like Kohl's. Do I really need Kohl's in my inbox every day, multiple times a day. No, if I really want to know what the sales are at Kohl's, I can easily find that information without it in my inbox. It's just another email that I don't want to get right now. Anyway, moving on, what I also did was pretty brave was, and I hopefully won't regret it, I also cleared space on my phone. I went into my screenshots and I deleted all of them. Yes, I just deleted 93 and change, 9,300 and change screenshots. And some of them were from like today. So there's that. But I was willing to take the risk to clear some energetic space on my phone. And no, I did not need to. My phone wasn't saying like, hey, you've run out of space, please delete some shit. No, I just decided that it felt really good to just get rid of some stuff that I may or may not wanted to have. I may or may not have eventually gone back to. But I took that risk because I'm willing to change. I'm ready to change. I'm telling the universe that I am ready. So let's now go into work, business, your day-to-day life. This upcoming energy can look like revisiting ideas that you've already started, tweaking offers, tweaking your content, getting more aligned with your messaging, more authentic, more honest, more back and forth, more patient for me. I am the type of person that I just want to send you everything at once. I want to be like, hey, here's my free workshop. I'd love for you to be there. Here's the link, sign up. Well, apparently that's not the best move. You're supposed to have a conversation and warm up your client or your potential client or your friend and then gently invite them in. But the people that are closest to me know that I'm very direct. So you know what? What works for one may not work for all. And I'm going to continue to try, right? Trial and error. That's actually part of my human design. So I'm going to put a little trial and error into everything in my life and see what actually works and what brings me joy, because again, also, our consciousness is constantly changing and upgrading, and what might have worked yesterday might not work today. And that's why it's so fun to be educated about the current energies so that you can really work with them. So getting back to what I was just previously saying before I went off on a little bit of a tangent is it's also a great time today to reorganize your schedule or your priorities. Notice where you've been forcing something that doesn't feel natural anymore. I've been really getting in tune with this. I have been filling my calendar up with like fun things. And if it doesn't feel good, or if one thing feels better than another because of a time conflict, I'm going with what feels good, not with what I feel like I should show up to. Like the shoulds have left the building this week. It's what do I want to do? What feels good? And the shoulds can hit the road. And going back to our astrological signs this week, when we are showing up more confidently, that is the Leo energy. Rawr, let out your inner lion. And some of you are like, cringe, girlfriend, please don't ever do that again. You're also, again, looking to create better systems or routines. Ooh, that's a good one for me right now. I just got off a great call, and the topic of conversation was, where are you not proving to yourself that you can trust yourself? And so for me, like the concept of eating properly keeps coming up for me because, yeah, I mean, right now I live on iced coffees and protein shakes. Like, that's by choice, that's by design, because I'm frankly too lazy to go cook. I'm too lazy to meal prep. I'm too lazy to make a shopping list. And I don't think lazy is the right word. Honestly, I've gotten a lot better. I don't even know if I could say that with a straight face. The supermarket gives me anxiety. Meal planning stresses me out. Like, I envy the people that are like, I'm making chicken piccata, or I don't even know how to say it. Like, I'm making eggplant parmesan tonight with fried zucchini sticks and a side of garlic mashed potatoes. I'm like, that sounds delicious. You won't see me cooking any of that. Why? I'm hearing my Nana, and not my normal Nana. I know you guys are like, what? Okay, so I had a dear family friend who was also called Nana by my cousin, right? Anyway, the point is, I remember at one point in time, she kicked my butt. She came through in spirit, and because I was like, I can't cook. I'm not a good cook. Like, I burn everything because I get so distracted. And she's like, you can cook if you pay attention and you put your mind to it. So I'm chuckling to myself when I'm like, I can't do it. And I just remembered that she's like, girl, yes, you can. And for a while we were doing HelloFresh, and no, we're not sponsored by them, but HelloFresh did make things a lot easier. And side note, it was also fun to have like a cooking date with my then quote unquote boyfriend or fiance. So shout out to HelloFresh and all of those boxed up meals that come right to your home. So anyway, what I was saying is creating better systems or routines. I would love to get a better system, an upgraded system for my eating flow. Right now I wake up and I grab a protein shake, and then I eventually mosey off to Dunkin' Donuts. And if I'm lucky, I eat for the first time around 1 or 2 o'clock when I'm like, yeah, I should probably eat something. And that is not the way to go. I am educated enough to know that that's not the best route for my body or for anybody's body, but here I am. So yes, that is a goal that I'm going to set, or at least think about setting for myself. I'm initiating the thought process. Okay. Funny. The next thing I want to mention is improving communication. Okay. That's the Libra, improving communication and connection. Oh my gosh. I went to see Mel Robbins last night, and it's so funny. I bought these tickets a while ago, like back in the fall, and I think I even got them through pre-sale. So like, in my opinion, I thought they were very reasonably priced. And I wasn't even like, I don't know, I wasn't even that excited because I'm like, this is my new normal. I'm going to continue to just go to what feels good, see anyone that I feel aligned with, and these opportunities are just going to keep showing up for me. Like, I've been with so many people in the past year that I adore and I look up to and I aspire to and I learn from and I grow from and I bond with. And long story short, it was an amazing, amazing night. Mel Robbins, shout out. You were fucking amazing last night in Philly. And it was just so, so good. The point that I'm trying to get at here is, she mentioned, instead of let them there was also this segment where she talked about let me. And I know it's in the book. But it was just such a great reminder of what's my responsibility? What's my role in tending to a relationship? Like, I cannot put it all on my friend or my mom or, my aunt. Like, it has to be mutual. It has to be back and forth. And so I just wanted to say that, this is a week of communication and connection. If someone is constantly on your mind or crosses your thoughts, I'm going to encourage you, just reach out. You could be the light in their day. For example, someone reached out to me this week, and I'm not going to say names, but this person and I went to high school together, and she sent me a message that said, I just want to thank you for still being such a positive person. She's like, you were always so positive in high school. And now that I'm going through some tougher days, I just wanted to reach out to you and tell you. And I was so, it made my day. It made my day. I felt seen and I felt appreciated, and it was just so cool. So I, of course, have gotten so much better with just saying thank you. I was like, oh my gosh, you just made my day. Thank you so much for reaching out and saying that to me. And so I just want to say, again, if you are thinking about someone or you appreciate someone, you don't have to get into a big, long conversation. Just say, hey, I'm thinking of you. I really love or appreciate that you do XYZ. And I just wanted to let you know that. And I just think that that is such a beautiful thing, a beautiful act of kindness that we can do. And I'm all about spreading the love and the light. Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, how to work with this energy. This is your invitation to slow down just enough to get intentional. We're going to lean into small, meaningful adjustments, listening to your body and your energy. I'm really practicing this one this week. Completing what's already in motion. It's not the time to start something new. It's going back to something that you've already started. You're tweaking it. You're refining it, you're listening to your body, you're listening to your energy, and you're releasing the need to have it perfect, the belief that you're behind because you're always divinely on time. That's an egoic thought. Let that shit go. And stop overcomplicating your next step. Baby steps, okay? Oh, I had such a great vision at the Mel Robbins event last night. I jotted it down, and I'm definitely going to be bringing it up in a future post or workshop or newsletter. I don't know where it's going to be, but it was such a good concept, and I will definitely be sharing that very soon, so stay tuned. So avoid forcing anything right now. If something feels tight, rushed, or pressured, just simply pause. This week, I want you to respond to alignment, not urgency. I mean, I always want you to respond to alignment, but anything that feels urgent, nothing is urgent unless it's life or death, right? There's no urgency. And that's harder to practice than just saying that. For example, someone just messaged me and was like, hey, give me a call, when you have time. And I'm like, oh, dang, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8:30 at night. Could I call right now? Yes, I could call right now, but do I want to call right now? No, because I'm winding down for the night. I'm getting ready to start relaxing for the evening, and I'm recording my podcast, and I'm going to continue to read my current book and take a bath and then hang out with my hubby. It can wait, but there was that moment of oh my gosh, I should call her right now because I should, right? I should. No, we're not doing the shoulds. And I said, it's not even the end of the world if I don't respond right now, because that's opening the door. And sometimes when you open the door, you don't want to open it fully, and I'm definitely, if you guys know me, and if you don't, you're learning that, yes, sometimes I open the door because I'm in the moment, and then I get back to you like 48 days later. I'm so sorry. That's just me, y'all, and I'm learning to love and accept me for who I am, and you have full permission to do so too. All right, fun bit. I'm going to leave you some journaling prompts in the show notes. Journaling prompt for this week, number 1. Where am I overcomplicating something that could be simple? Again, where am I overcomplicating something that could be simple? 2, what version of me am I refining into now? And there's that key word, refining. Remember, we're not starting anything new. We're just refining it. 3, what small shift would make this feel even more aligned? Ooh, juicy. So what small shift would make this feel even more aligned? All right, y'all, that wraps up this episode. I would love to tell you all about my upcoming workshop. I am hosting a workshop. It is part 2 of possibly 3. I haven't decided fully yet. But what I'd like for you to do is join me on Tuesday, April 28th at 3 p.m. Eastern for some time to come back to yourself, to refine your path, to reconnect to your truth. I want to personally invite you. This workshop is called Remember Who You Really Are. This is the next step from the workshop that I just held, which is where did you lose yourself? And if you want the replay, you can simply DM me on Instagram or reply to any of my newsletters. This workshop, inside this workshop, I'm going to guide you to reconnect who you were before the conditioning, tap into what you truly want, feel what alignment actually feels like in your body, and start trusting yourself again in a real grounded way. If you're listening to this and thinking of someone who's been on this journey with you, I'd love for you to invite them. Let's expand in this together. And you can grab this and you can grab your spot through the link in the show notes. I would truly love to have you in the room. It's such a fun and rewarding space for me to host these workshops. And honestly, I just love being in the room with all the right people. All the right people always show up. And that is the intention that I set. And that is the energetic invite. So you're either like, yes, I'm going to be there, or you're like, no. And I'm okay with either way, honestly. You're not burning my biscuits if you don't come. All right. So I want to also remind you that if any of this is resonating with you as far as my podcast, if you've been feeling that pull to come back to yourself, to refine your path, to reconnect to your truth, I would love to invite you into my space, Aligned and Abundant, the Soul Shine Collective. I am building this from the ground up. So currently I'm offering 2 Zooms around the new and the full moon energies, but I don't know if that's what I'll be doing next month. I don't know if that's what I'll be doing next year, but that's part of the fun. If you like my energy, right? Because everything is energy. If you like my energy and you like where I'm leading you and you're enjoying your personal growth because I'm holding that space for you and I'm giving you some ideas along the way, I'd love to have you there. And right now I have a special offer, a special way, a special price to have you come in. So if you want that, I'm also going to link that in the show notes, and I'd love to have you there. Also, I'm like a jack of all trades right now, and I'm also going to be narrowing that down. But I have been doing astrocartology readings, and I do intuitive readings with tarot and my guides. And I also have one-on-one coaching. I love working with people. I'm not great at marketing, and I'm not great at sales, and I'm not great at slipping into your DMs. What I am great at is talking to people, getting them to see how fucking amazing they are, and putting a little fire under their booties to get them moving. So if that feels like something you want to explore, message me, talk to me, reach out, because part of my human design is to respond. I will respond. So there's your Frequency Friday. I hope that you have a beautiful weekend ahead. And if you're listening to this at a different time, no problemo. You are always right on time. And whatever messages you took away from this is exactly what you were meant to have. Sending you lots of love and light. Until we meet again, have a beautiful and abundant day. What if your life felt guided? Like you weren't constantly questioning yourself, but instead you trusted what you felt. Inside Aligned and Abundant, the Soul Shine Collective, we work with the energy of the new and full moons, so you can move through your life with clarity, alignment, and ease. This isn't about doing more. It's about coming home to yourself. Twice a month, we gather for powerful workshops, meditation, and real connection, so you can deepen your intuition and actually live in alignment with your energy. If you've been feeling that pull for something deeper, this is your space. You can join us for just $33 a month. This is the founder's rate for the first 25 members, and you can cancel anytime. Link is in the show notes.